Hello Hilltop, Mr. Amici here. So this is option number 2 for making a fitness game with playing cards. Now if that first option was just too much cutting and too many different cards and too many numbers and symbols, this is a much easier way for you to make your own fitness game, and it's not much different than the first one. I'm going to use only one pen and just some blank pieces of paper. So what I'm going to do first is decide what different symbols I want to use. Remember our key that we made? You're going to make a key in option 2 also, but I'm going to make the key first. So I'm going to label it key. So I'm just using a blue pen for this one. So let me think of a shape. Well, I know the playing cards had a diamond shape. Maybe I'll do a diamond too. Okay, there's my 4-sided diamond. And what if I just do a regular circle? I know how to do a circle. And how about a triangle? 3-sided shape. What about a star? That's my star. What's another symbol I know? How about a heart? Okay, so I have my 5 different symbols. Whoa, I went with 5 this time. And I'm going to make an equal sign because I'm going to decide what each symbol is going to represent for my fitness cards. Let's see, one of my favorite ones is always the squat. So a diamond equals squats for me. A circle, I'm going to have be jumping jacks. For a triangle, how about push ups? One that I've always really liked too are my arm circles. Want to get those upper body exercises in. And we've got one more left. How about we do, maybe a new one we learned during our Superman fitness last time. A side plank. Okay, so I have my key that I've made. Remember all those cards that were in option 1? If you don't want to do that, you can just make one card with the symbols. So remember I showed you how to make those straight lines? I used a folder. Well, this one I'm going to show you that all you really need was a pen or pencil. I'm going to make a straight line down, a straight line down, and how about I do one across here and one across here. See all those different rectangles I made? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my symbols and I'm going to put one symbol in an empty square or rectangle. Maybe I'll do my triangle in that one. And I'll do my star in this one. And my heart, maybe I'll do in this one. I've still got to do my diamond shape. I'll do my diamond right in the middle. Is that all of them? Nope, I still have to make my circles. How about here? Okay, so I've got my key. Now I've got my symbol cards. I'm going to cut that out. I could just tear the paper with my hands, but luckily I've got scissors. If you don't, you could carefully tear along the lines. So I'm going to cut along each line. Now we had some empty space. There was some spaces that I didn't write anything. I'm going to save those. Put those off to the side because I think I can find something to do with these. Here's another one over there. blank one. Add that to the blank pile. Now I've got my 5 cards and they're all cut out. The only thing I didn't quite do yet, and I didn't really have to do it before I cut, was remember flip it over and then try to hide what the card is. So if you want to scribble on the other side, I wouldn't recommend drawing shapes on the other side because then we might get confused which side is for the game and which side is just so we can't tell what the shape on the other side is. So I'm going to blur those out a little bit. Maybe you've got a thicker marker, but I just used that pen. So I'm going to turn them back over. I've got my 5 symbols. I've got my key that represents what each one of those means. I'm going to set that off to the side now. Because what haven't I made yet? Any numbers. So now my other pen was running out of ink, but I think I got one that works. So I'm going to make that same lines on my paper, 2 going down, and why don't I do 3 across? See how I made those rectangles? Oh, I made a few more this time. And now what I'm going to do with these is write 1 number in each one. Okay, now we're going to keep it consistent with our theme of the playing cards where there is no number 1, so we'll start with 2. Oops, wrong pen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and remember those extra pieces? We don't want those to go to waste. We might as well turn them into number cards. 14, 15, 16, 17. Whoa, those are going to be a lot of repetitions. Remember, that's what the numbers are representing, is how many repetitions or how many times we're going to do each one of these exercises. So now since I have a lot of these numbers on one paper, I'm going to turn it around. I'll turn around my individual ones too, and we'll just quickly blur them out. This is just so it's not super easy to see what number's on the other side. It just makes the game a little bit more exciting for you and anyone else that you're playing with. Okay, I got them blurred out. Turn it back this way though when we're cutting. Now here's where this game gets different than the game, or than the option I just showed you before. This one we're actually going to have to keep 2 separate piles. One pile that is the numbers, and one pile that's going to be the symbols. Okay, so you know how I put those 5 cards that were the symbols over to a different spot? I'm going to keep those over there for right now, so that way I don't get them mixed up. So how about if you do have 2 different colors of crayons or markers or pens, maybe make the numbers in one color and make your symbols, here's my symbol cards, make those maybe a different color, and then it's easy to tell them apart. And if you're playing the game and you find a symbol card and a number in the number card stack, not a big deal, right? We can adjust to that. We'll just put it in the right pile and it's no big deal. I'm just about finished up. And so now when you watch the next video on how to play the game, just remember you'll have 2 piles. So you've got a pile of numbers, and here now I've got a pile of symbols. So I'll demonstrate real quick on our table camera, and then we'll get you back to the gym so you can play this once with me and then at home with a sibling or an adult. Or on your own is fun too. So I've got my pile, my pile that has the symbols, and I'm looking at my key. So I'll pick a card from this pile. It's the diamond, and what does diamond mean? Squats. And then I'll choose a card from the number pile. Remember, I'm looking at the scribbled upside down side, so I don't know what number's under there. Pick it up. Whoa, 17! So I'll have to do 17 squats. And we'll explain more how this game works in the next tile. We'll see you there, friends. Thanks for following along. Go Hawks!